Invading Russian army soldiers have evacuated the bodies of Russian soldiers who were killed a long time ago near the occupied village of Rabotino in Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia region. The images of the evacuation of the decomposed and partially mixed with soil corpses were filmed and shared by Russian soldiers. The soldiers said that the corpses, spread over a large area, had been there for a long time. Destroyed armored combat vehicles are also visible in the area.
Вот один. Вон. Говорил же, мешок надо было взять обычный. Обычный мешок был. Есть, да? Есть? Где? Аккуратно, тут всякая головка может. Вот мешок 200. Вон, смотри, там что-то есть. Сумочка. Тут есть такой поезд. Вот кто-то лежит.
Roman Cymbaluk responded to the situation in Russia today as follows. Putin pretended to be dead, pretends that he is not there, that he is in the house, but not yet in the mausoleum, and all this silence of the dictator is happening against the backdrop of a lot of interesting events. Propaganda howls about the fact that if oil continues to fall, and it will continue to fall, then the Reich will come to an end. In general, difficult times. Today, negotiations are planned on the Russian-American track, and everyone in Russia is talking about this with great bated breath. A Ukrainian blogger shared his thoughts on the current events related to the war. Something tells me that these negotiations do not concern war and peace, and that this is indeed an exclusively Russian-American track. Before this, they exchanged prisoners and are talking about the need to restore embassies to their normal level. In general, this is all something that does not particularly affect anything. We are responding to these negotiations with our own negotiations, which are breathtaking. In the swamps. Today, on the initiative of Great Britain and France, negotiations are being held in Brussels between the defense ministers of European states. Everything is connected with support for Ukraine and security guarantees for our country. Then Roman Cymbaluk explained that Putin is cornered by falling oil prices, suggesting what the consequences of what is happening might be. Perhaps Trump decided to simply repeat what they once did with Saudi Arabia. They brought down oil prices, and accordingly, the Soviet Union went bankrupt. $32 per barrel of Urals oil. Such a price has not been seen for a long time. We have not heard of such figures. Putin is fighting with such figures, but then also with Chechnya and other regions that are beginning to rebel against the madness of the Kremlin dictator. In addition, Cymbaluk directly stated how Ukraine would respond to the attacks on Kryvyi Rog and Kiev. To say that we will strike Moscow tomorrow, I would very much like to, but you see, we have started using our drones very carefully. The only good thing is that production has not been reduced. Several strikes were carried out on industrial enterprises. The most interesting thing in this matter is how much damage we have caused, because it is important. Has production really stopped there? This is an important thing. The journalist expressed his vision of the situation. There will be no immediate response for everything to burn down. The war will continue. In our case, to be completely clear, what should we do? We need to support those units that are currently fighting. You can personally replenish one or another bank of our servicemen. They will buy a drone and kill the Russian invader and then show it on Twitter. This is how justice will be achieved. Cymbaluk called on Ukrainians to bring victory closer with their own efforts.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited wounded soldiers on Friday at a hospital in the Dnipropetrovsk region. According to Associated Press, Zelensky chatted with servicemen and presented them with awards for their service. During the visit to the central city of Kyiv, Zelensky also held a meeting with military commanders, the presidential office said. The meeting focused on the strengthening of Ukraine's air defense and, in particular, the Dnipro region with the help of planes, helicopters, and additional air defense systems, the presidential office added. Among those in attendance was Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Oleksandr Syrsky.
Якщо можна, фото на пам'ять. Можна. Старшого лейтенанта. Дякую за службу. До народу України. Дякую за службу. Дякую. Сидіть, будь ласка. Добре, дякую. Здорово. Ми їм не даємо розмовляти. По-другому не можна. Добре. Олександр Віталійович. Дякую. 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 Народу України.